Hi guys. So when we're talking about exponential equations in the form y equals ab to the power of x, I'm writing in the iPad while I record on the screen in my computer, so that's why it's taking a long time. But when we do that, when we have an exponential equation in this form, we call the b the multiplier, and we call the a value, again, these are our variables, but they should be numbers when we not substitute, but when we have an actual table, when we're talking about something, a and b will be numbers, and in the place of b, that would be the multiplier, like I said, and in the place of a, that would be the starting value. The starting value, which is when x equals to 0. So pretty much it's the y value when x equals to 0. So for example, if we have this table, let me make one up. So when we have this table, okay, and I'm just gonna make up numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do something easy so that it's easy to see. Let's say, I can't think of anything. Okay, what about, okay, I have something. All right, so if we're trying to find the v value, we're trying to find the number that we're multiplying by to go from 10 to 20, and then from 20 to 40, and then to 40 to 80, and then 80 to 160. So I'm multiplying by the same thing to go from each. That's the thing about exponential equations. You have to be multiplying in order to have an exponential equation. We're not going to add or subtract. We're going to multiply or divide. And that's why this one is called the multiplier, because we're multiplying by. Let's say, I mean, it's easy to see what we're multiplying by in the table, but let's say that we didn't know, okay? So the way you would find out is you would place the second y value. You get two of them. You get two of them that are next to each other. So let's get 10 and 20 because they're the smallest ones. You get the second value, that would be 20, and put it over 10. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So second value over the first one, and we're talking about y values again. That's gonna be 20 divided by 10, that's 2. That means that my multiplier is 2. Or in other words, b equals to 2. That's how I would find out in a table. So now that I know my values, if I have a table, I'm just going to take my second value and put it over the first. I divide it, and then whatever I get, that's my b. So if I rewrite my equation, because I want to write this equation, y equals ab to the power of x, I know that b would be 2. The x doesn't change. Now I need to find my a. Now I did say here that my starting value was my a. So if I look at my table, my x equals to 0 value, this is x equals to 0, is 10. So then the value that I would write in the place of a would be 10. And therefore my exponential equation for this table would be y equals 10 times 2 to the power of x. Now sometimes they're not gonna give you the x equals to 0 value, which would be 10 in this case. Sometimes you would have to find it, but that's why you need to find the multiplier. And by the way, I forgot to say that we know that we're multiplying by 2, and that works, right? So 10 times 2 equals 20, 20 times 2 is 40, 40 times 2 is 80, and 80 times 2 is 60. So it's important to see that you are multiplying by the same value every time, and that's why it's the multiplier. But let's say they didn't give me the x equals to 0 value, and they only gave me the x equals to 1. Well, to go back from 20 to the x equals to 0 value, instead of multiplying by 2 because I'm going backwards, I would be dividing by 2. But I think that's something that you'll get used to as we go. As long as you understand how to write your equation, then you're good to go. All right, guys.